Alrighty, everyone. I want to wish everybody a happy long weekend. Hopefully, everybody's had a really good Labor Day weekend. So, what I'm going to start off with today is I'm going to make a marinade here for my. I actually have some pork ribs that I'm going to marinate all day. So, it's about 10 o'clock in the morning. It's just getting warm enough to actually be outside in a t-shirt. So, what I'm going to start off with here is some maple syrup. And I'm just going to put a little bit in just to make it a little sweet. And then I'm going to put some soy sauce in it. And then what I have here is some hickory barbecue sauce. A little bit of that. And then I have some Diana's. I'm just using some old sauces here. Hopefully they're not expired. And this bullseye grilled onion garlic. So I couldn't find any onion spice, but we're going to try some of that. So also we'll put some minced garlic in there. And we'll crack some pepper in there. Lots of pepper, I like. Okay, so, and I'm going to put a little bit of chili powder in there. Be very careful with it, just to give it a little hint of something hot. And then, so I have this pork rib spice. Again, and also have some oregano. So make sure we don't put too much oregano in there. And so what else did I miss? The garlic, the pepper, the chili. I think I got everything. So what I'm going to do is I could give this a good stir and I'll show you guys it. Yeah, so this is what it looks like. So I'm going to put that with the ribs right now, so stay tuned. Well, this is the pork ribs that I bought, and they weren't too expensive, so yeah, so I'm going to try to cut them up in little chunks here. That. Get another one going here. I'm going to pour a little bit of sauce on every one. And then pour the rest of that in there. A little bit more of this in here. And get it all around. Alrighty. And one more shot of maple syrup on each of them. Nice sweet ribs. Right, good until the last drop. Yeah, so I'm going to give these a little stir around here. Make sure they're in there nice and good. Oopsie. Yeah, I'm going to let these sit until dinner time. So it'll probably be a good 10 hours that they'll be marinating here. So I'm going to cover them up with tin foil and put them in the cooler. So we'll see how that goes. Well, everyone, I've stirred this up really well. And like I said, I'm going to let this sit in here for about 10 hours. Tip them over. Not good. Okay, so I got the cooler at 31 degrees, which I really like, and I put them in there. So we're gonna shut the lid, and we're gonna wait 10 hours. So I'm gonna have some breakfast right now, so stay tuned for some bacon and eggs. Well, we're gonna have some bacon and eggs this morning. It's almost lunchtime here, so this is what I call my brunch. And what I'm going to do today is I'm only going to cook up half of it because I'm here for 2 days, 2 mornings. And we'll get this going here. Easy to stove to start. Maybe. And I think we're out of gas. Well, running out of gas is not fun, so easy way to change it here. Got a new container here. That's one thing about these little stoves. I probably get about maybe three or four cooks out of these, and that's about it. So there we go. Good old messy bacon, eh? I get about 6 or 7 strips in here. yeah, I'm gonna let this cook nice and slowly here, and some bacon and eggs. Alrighty, everyone, it's time for the eggs here. I always like putting my eggs right over top of the bacon. Just like that. Again, these are extra large eggs. Look at the size of that egg. I'll show you what that looks like, just bubbling away there. And we'll put the lid on that and let it go for about 5 minutes. Alright, so my eggs are almost done here. What I want to do is make some toast. So I've got this little toaster device here. Put it together like that. I'll turn this up high. And put one there and one there. Yeah, so it usually takes about 5 minutes aside to toast that. So I'm just going to let the eggs cool off here. You can see they're perfectly done. So stay tuned for the toast. Well, everyone, my toast is ready. So I really do like fresh butter. Gotta get the butter everywhere. As long as I don't fling the toast on the ground, everything goes good. All right. So our perfect eggs. One thing I like with my eggs is some ground pepper. Alrighty, so what I plan on doing for the rest of my day is something that I haven't been able to do all summer, is cut some wood. So, and another thing, speaking about cutting wood, is that I have to clean out my wood stove of all the ashes that I went through last winter. So yeah, we're gonna get to that right after I'm done eating here. So this is what I call yard work. I brought lots of gasoline, lots of chain oil. So you should have a fun afternoon. Hopefully it doesn't get too hot. So toast, everyone. Well, everyone, this is the way I keep my chainsaw. The beast here. So we got some gasoline in it. tap on that. Tap back on this. And I think we can use some chain oil also. Ooh, a little bit too much. I can let it all run down the bar here. All right, we'll try to start this puppy. Ooh. Ready, everyone? I've tightened the chain. Seems like it's running pretty good. I did it. Well, I think this chainsaw is a little bit too small for what I'm doing, but it's working. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to try to sharpen the chainsaw here, the chain. So what I do, right in there. Also, we want to lock it. Oh, it sounds like somebody's shooting a gun there. So now that's one side. This way. Well, those are pretty quick shots. Pretty good rifle to shoot that many shots. Almost done here. Okay, now we're gonna try it. See how good I sharpened it, so stay tuned. together. Okay, we're gonna have a fire here, but I want to cut up these skids here first. Gotta get the chainsaw going. I knew it. Oh yeah. It's gonna go this time. lot of wood there. Well, again, I got some old gasoline here. I'm going to try to start my fire this way. Again, I like starting my fire the old-fashioned way. That didn't work. I'll pull out the big guy this time. Woohoo! What a way to start a campfire. Well, I was going to cook this on the barbecue and all that, but now since I've got the fire going so well here, what I'm going to do here, keep it nice and cold in my new fridge. And now I'm going to also add in some teriyaki sauce here. Give that a good soak in here. Put it all in. Yeah, so I'm going to try to slow cook this on the campfire. Get it on there and get all the rest of the juices out of here. Good until the last drop. All right, let's get this on there. Alrighty, so I'm gonna slow cook this for a few hours and just keep the fire going nicely here. Put the lid on there. like that. I got lots of good wood, and I'm just going to keep a nice steady flame on it, so we'll see how this goes. And be careful I don't burn this. So what I think I may do is add some water, make a little broth with it. So that's right. We're gonna add some water here. Things are pretty hot in here, that's for sure. Oh yeah. Some water. Oh, glad I got these mitts here. Put the go on here. We'll let that cook for another maybe half an hour. I'll let the flames burn down a little bit more. So see how this goes. Might have to add some more water too. So. Alrighty, everyone. We've had a little accident here. But things are boiling away here. And just stir this up a little bit. And so this is what it looks like. I'm just going to keep it on the low down for now. Just put it on the edge of the fire and see how it goes. Well, everyone, I just wanted to tell you this is how my ribs turned out tonight. So. There. I'm gonna bring them back inside. Give it a little stir around here. But they smell awesome. They got a good marinade to them, so bring them inside and we'll see how it goes. Well, everyone, hopefully everybody's had a good Labor Day weekend. So today is Monday morning here, and I'm just going to have a nice, quick, easy breakfast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some hard-boiled eggs, and so I always think, you know, when you're boiling eggs, that you know, sometimes they crack when they're boiling. So if you put them in cold water to start off with, I do believe they will not crack while they're boiling. So we'll see how this goes. All right, this shouldn't take too long to boil, but what I wanted to show you is how my ribs turned out. So I didn't quite eat them all, but they were pretty good. Actually, I almost burnt them, so that's what they turned out to be. But they were pretty tasty, and again, I save a lot for the trail cam, so the fisher and the pine marten can have some food. So that's what I have left over with my spare ribs. All right, so it's been boiling for about 3 minutes or so, but I'm just going to leave that like that. And get this little toaster up and going again. Turn up the heat. It's already up. Yeah, so it usually takes about almost 5 minutes aside for the toast to cook, so stay tuned, everyone. Well, everyone, as you can hear, my neighbor's a little bit noisy. And we're going to start shutting this off. Buttering my toast. I do believe the cooler works so well, the butter is not too pliable, let's say. Here. We'll get cracking. Perfect egg. Look at that, nice and runny. And what I like to do is put some butter right on top. And let that melt right in. A scoop of butter with every bite. So this is my quick breakfast for the morning, and I have one more chore to do. So I got a lot of wood cut up yesterday. I'm happy about that. So there's still a few more trees to be cut down. But anyways, yeah, so my next chore to do is to clean out my wood stove. So I will be soon back camping in my wood stove because we've been having some cold nights. And even last night, it was the heater can barely keep up to it. So it was 8 degrees here last night. 8 degrees Celsius is a pretty cool evening. So it's important to get the wood stove cleaned out so I can start cooking off of it. So stay tuned, everybody. Well, everyone, you can see, or I should say, hear my neighbor. And he's been making quite the racket for about an hour here. So my chore this weekend is to clean out all of the ashes. And I left over from last winter, so like I say, I've been burning skids, so there's a lot of nails. And I mean a lot of nails, look at that. Look at those nails. Yeah, so this probably usually takes me about maybe 20 minutes to do, but and I probably fill up the whole bucket here also. Also very dusty. It is dusty and dirty. So, but that's about all I have to do today is I'm going to move a little bit more wood that I've cut up. I had a pretty good day with the chainsaw yesterday, so. I probably burnt about maybe 60 to 70 skids in here, so. I want to thank everybody for watching. I appreciate that, you guys. So, and hopefully everybody had an awesome Labor Day weekend. So, cheers, my friends.